Hello everyone, this is Arjun and welcome to my YouTube channel, The Science Howlers. So today we are going to learn about a very new topic which is chemicals and formulas. Friends, this is a little hard topic for those who are learning for the first time. But don't worry at all, it is my job for make it easy for you. So without any further ado, let's start at today's video. Now friends, whatever around us is a matter, and matter exists in three forms, which are solids, liquids and gases. Now as gases are invisible, I was not able to put a picture for that. Now friends, all the matter is made out of small particles which are known as atoms, and when many atoms combine with each other they make molecules. Now friends, let us see some examples of atoms and molecules. So here they are. Example of atoms are neon, hydrogen, argon, iron and calcium. Now in front of them you could see NeHArFeCa. They are the chemical formulas of the substance which we are going to learn in a few minutes. Now let us take simple examples of molecules. First is water, which is denoted as H2O. Then second is glucose, which is denoted as C6H12O6. Then comes salt, which is denoted as NaCl. Friends, in chemistry there is a topic, or you can say it is a type of term which is known as pure substance. It basically means that materials which have same molecules or atoms in them are known as pure substances. Now we can divide pure substance into two types, which are elements and compounds. Now, elements are basically the substance which have the same atoms, and the compounds are the substance which have the same molecule. Now, let's see an example of elements and compounds. The example of elements is iron, as it is made out of iron atoms, and the example of compound is water. The formula is H2O, and it contains two hydrogen atoms and one oxygen atom. Now comes the second topic, which is mixtures. It is basically opposite to the pure substances. Now mixtures are basically a type of substance in which there are different type of molecules and atoms is mixed in equal proportion. Friends, we have just learned about the definitions about mixtures, pure substances, etc. Now let us learn it in a form of a chart. Friends, as you know that all that surrounds us is made out of matter, and matter can be bifurcated into pure substances and impure substances, and the pure substance can be divided into elements and compounds, and elements can be bifurcated into atoms and molecules, and as for impure substances it can be divided as mixtures. Now friends, we are going to learn the main and important thing about this video, which is chemical symbols. So let us learn about few chemical formulas. Now friends, in the earlier slide I had shown you, you can see that in front of neon there is Ne, in front of hydrogen there is H, in front of argon there is Ar, in front of iron there is Fe, and in front of calcium there is Ca. So these are the chemical symbols of these chemicals. Now let's see few more of them. Now for hydrogen, as we have read just now, which is H, then for sodium there is Na, for magnesium there is Mg, and for aluminium there is Al, and for calcium there is Ca, then for potassium there is K, for iron there is Fe, and for copper there is Cu, for gold there is Au, for silver there is Ag, and for carbon there is C. Now friends, you cannot change the order. You cannot make something smaller or something bigger. Now let us learn about some more, which are oxygen, oxygen, which is O, sulfur is S, nitrogen is N, phosphorus is P, chlorine is Cl, and Br is bromine, and iodine is L. Now friends, you could stop the video and take the screenshot. Now friends, let us learn about the chemical formulas. The chemical formula of water is H2O. The chemical formula of glucose is C6H12O6. And the chemical formula of salt is NaCl. You will notice that there is some type of subscript number below H, then C, H, O, etc. Now friends, you have to keep this in mind that whatever subscript number is written to the right side of a chemical symbol, it basically means the number of atoms there are in that formula. For example, there is 2 in H. The chemical formula of hydrogen, it means that there are 2 atoms of hydrogen in water. Then we will chemical formula of oxygen, which is O. There is only 1 atom and we don't write 1 in the subscript, so not write it as a subscript number. Instead, we will write it as H2O. And then we will take the example of glucose. There is C6H12O6. Now, the chemical formula of carbon, which is C, is having the subscript as 6. So, it means that there are 6 atoms of carbon. And in H, there are 12. So, there are 12 atoms of hydrogen. And in O, it is written 6. So, in the formula of glucose, there are 6 atoms of carbon, 12 atoms of hydrogen, and 6 atoms of oxygen. Now friends, the second example is of salt, and below NaCl there is no number, so we will consider it as 1, and we don't write it as 1 as the sub number, so we will only write it as NaCl. Also friends, let us know one more thing which is very much important while writing the chemical formulas. It can be any type of chemical formula. We can't write it as H12, then C6 or O6. We can't write it like this. This will be completely wrong. We should only write it as C6, H12 and O6. We can also take the example of H2O, which is the chemical formula of water. We can't write it as O2H. It is completely wrong. And we cannot change the sub number or the O sign in the chemical formula of water. We can't also switch the sub numbers, I have said, like in the formula of C6, H12 and O6. We cannot write it as H6, C12 and O6. It would be completely wrong. And as per NaCl, we cannot also write it as ClNa. It can be only written as NaCl. And if you write it like this, it would be perfect. Or we can also say you will get full marks. Till now we had studied about the chemical formulas. Now let us learn about the type of chemical reactions. Now the first type of chemical reaction we are going to study is known as combination reaction. It basically means when we add two substances, it forms a new substance. Now let's see a few examples of combination reaction. So the first example is of ammonia. When we add nitrogen, hydrogen, we will get ammonia. Now again you would be able to see here 3 and 2. These are the balanced equation of ammonia, which we are going to learn in a few minutes. Then we have the whole example of the water. So when we add H2 and O2, we get water. Now comes the second type of reaction, which is decomposition reaction. It is a type of chemical reaction in which more than one product is obtained from a single reactant. Friends, we have done one of such example in the video electrolysis of water. You can find the link in the description and in the I button here. So here, as you can see, when we pass an electric current in the water, it gets separated into H2 and O2, which is oxygen and hydrogen. The second example is of limestone. Now comes the next reaction, which is a chemical reaction in which one element displaces another in a compound is called as displacement reaction. Now let's see some example of displacement reaction. So here they are. Now here, as you can see, iron replaces the copper in the copper sulfate solution. Then we get iron sulfate solution and the copper gets separated, so the copper is inside. Now comes the last type of reaction, which is last but not the least, which is the neutralization reaction. It is a type of chemical reaction between acid and bases, and this type of chemical reaction is known as neutralization reaction. And when they react with each other, they form salt and water. Now water, acid and bases. If you want to know more about acid and bases, all the details about acid and bases are in the comment section. So go to the comment section and see about acid and bases. Now let us see an example, which is of sodium hydroxide and hydrochloric acid. Now when they are added, they form sodium chloride, which is a form of a salt, and then it also forms water. Now friends, comes the very important topic of the whole video, which is balancing of chemical equations. Now let us learn it in a form of a story.
Hey, let's go and bring the chemical formula of water. Hey, can I please have the chemical formula of water?
Yeah, sure.
Hey, why are you balancing the chemical formula of water?
You don't know why we have to balance the chemical formula of water? Do you at least know about balancing of chemical equations?
No, actually I don't know. Can you please tell?
Okay, I will tell.
Now let us learn from the simplest chemical formula, which is the chemical formula of water. So let's see how to balance the chemical formula of water. So here is the chemical formula of water. So now first we have to write the number which is there in the subscript. So in H there is 2, in O there is nothing, so we will write it as 1. In H again there is 2, and in O there is 2. Now when we will look at the chemical formula very closely, we will see that here in the H. So let's see here first at H. Now here they both have same, so it is okay. Now in O there is one, there is only one over here, so let's cross it because we don't write it. So here there is 1, and over here as we can see there is 2, so it is not properly balanced. So we will write 2 over here. So 2 ones are 2. So over here we will get it as 2. So now you would think that it is properly balanced, but if you will see, the 2 will be also multiplied with the H2, so it will now become 4, and here there is 2, so it is not equal. That's why in the H2 we will also add 2, so 2 2s are 4, and now hence we can see that the chemical formula of water is balanced, and in the proper way. Now we are going to write it as 2H2O equals to H2H2 plus O2. Now let us see that have we written it correctly. Now when we go backward and see over here, our answer is correct. Congratulations friends, we have found how to balance the chemical formula of water. So this was all for today. If you like our video, please like it, share it, and do subscribe it and hit the bell icon. And we are going to meet each other in the next video. Till then, bye bye. Take care of yourself. Also follow us on Facebook and Instagram. Link to it is in the description. Bye bye friends.